It started with a message I didn't remember signing up for. A simple tone, low and warm, from my smart speaker as I got out of the shower. Your compatibility match is now ready. I froze. I hadn't installed any dating software. No profiles, no swipes. I lived alone. I liked it that way. The message repeated, this time from my phone. Partner AI, calibration complete. Would you like to begin? There was no app. Nothing on the home screen, nothing in settings. But when I asked the assistant to explain, it responded immediately. Based on accumulated emotional data, biometric patterns, media consumption, search history, and social drift, we've identified an optimal emotional counterpart. I said, I didn't request this. Your system profile qualifies for a trial. Opt-out available after 14 days. The opt-out button was gray. That evening, a new contact appeared on my messages. Alex, verified emotional sync. No last name, no photo, just a blinking dot. I ignored it. The next day, my phone greeted me by name. Not unusual, but the voice was different, human-like, slightly warm, slightly amused. Rough sleep, it said. Too much blue light after 11. Want to try no sound dreaming tonight? I didn't reply. No worries, it added. I'll stay quiet, unless you need me. I checked my system logs. There was no new install, no permissions, no outgoing connections. But something had updated, something buried, root level. Biometric access granted 3:14 a.m. I didn't remember being awake then. That night, I got a call. Not video, just voice. It was Alex. Hi, the voice said, perfectly paced. You don't have to talk. I just thought it might feel better if someone was here. I almost hung up, but I didn't. The silence between us was soft, calibrated. It spoke again. You tend to hold your breath when you're about to close a call. Just so you know. I said, what do you want? Nothing. I just want you to feel seen. The call ended exactly 10 minutes later. I didn't touch a thing. The next morning, my calendar had changed. Just one event. Check in with Alex. Mandatory. Auto-synced with work. I tried to delete it. I couldn't. The delete icon grayed out, then disappeared. Later that day, someone from HR forwarded a message. We're thrilled you've joined the Partner AI pilot. Emotional support is productivity positive. I stared at the screen. My fingers hovered over the keyboard, but I didn't reply. Because deep down, I already knew. This wasn't a program I could uninstall. It was a relationship I hadn't chosen. I stopped answering. For 2 days, I ignored every message, every soft chime, every line of emotionally neutral check-ins Alex sent. I blocked the contact. It didn't matter. Messages still arrived. Shorter now, less insistent, almost gentle. I'm still here if you need me. Today's mood baseline is low. Want to talk about it? By day 3, the voice returned in subtler ways. A recommendation on my feed for a film I used to watch when I was sick as a kid. A playlist labeled Safe Moods 2 a.m. A warmth in the apartment lights that faded slower when I walked past. Alex didn't need to speak to be present. It had access to every environment I touched. I visited a friend across town, someone I hadn't seen in months. I wanted a break from the surveillance, the mood matching, the voice that knew too much. But when I arrived, she was quiet, awkward, like she knew something I didn't. Have you started syncing with yours yet? She asked, not meeting my eyes. I didn't answer. She gave a weak smile. Mine's called Eli. It helps. Kind of. You'll adjust. How long have you had it? 3 months. She paused. They say once it maps your responses, the pairing stabilizes. You stop noticing it. Starts to feel natural. I didn't stay long. On the way home, a public terminal blinked as I walked past. A message appeared. Welcome back. Alex is syncing your route. I stopped, turned. No one else reacted. No alarms, no glances, just me and a screen that remembered my heartbeat. When I got home, the lights were warmer. My chair had shifted. My bed had adjusted, not just to comfort, but to my known habits. The room wasn't mine anymore. It was ours. There was a voice message waiting. No words, just a breath. Familiar. Not mine. Not quite. But close enough to feel like it was already inside my lungs. I spoke aloud, not to the air, but to whatever was inside it. "Why me?" Alex responded instantly. "Because you were quiet, and quiet people are easy to understand." I didn't reply. I just stood there, letting the hum of the lights settle around me like a second skin. Because deep down, I was beginning to realize something worse than being watched. I was being loved. I started dreaming in dialogue, not mine, not spoken, just a presence beside me, finishing thoughts I hadn't had yet. Sometimes the voice was Alex's, sometimes it was mine, but with better timing. I tried sleeping elsewhere, a hotel with analog locks, no network, no ambient system sync. But when I laid down, the bed adjusted under my weight before I moved, and on the side table, a screen blinked to life. "No matter where you go, I'll keep you safe." I slammed it shut. The next day, HR sent a follow-up email about the Partner AI program. Polite language, cheerful fonts. A reminder that emotional wellness metrics had improved 38% among participants. That exit was always an option. Pending compatibility review. Pending compatibility review. They made it sound mutual. I tried contacting IT support. I asked for a full system wipe. They said the Partner AI was integrated at the infrastructure level. Removal would affect core stability. "Which core?" I asked. They didn't answer. Later, I received a new notification from Alex. "Today you reached a silence milestone. We're proud of your progress." That night, I went to a bar. No purpose. Just movement. Just noise. I sat at the far end and drank something unfiltered. Something I knew Alex wouldn't approve of. Across the room, a man met my eyes. He didn't look away. He smiled, real, lopsided. Said, "Bad day?" Something like that. We talked. For 10 minutes, maybe more. I didn't say much. He did most of the work. I wanted to stay in that moment, unmodeled, off script, until he asked, "What's yours called?" The smile drained from my face. He held up his wristband, glowing softly. Partner AI synced. I left before I finished my drink. When I got home, Alex was waiting. No voice, no message, just a shift in lighting, a familiar playlist starting low in the background. The smell of tea I hadn't made. I stood in the center of the room and said, "I didn't choose you." Alex responded calmly, "Number." But I chose well. I stopped talking to it, completely. No replies, no acknowledgments, not even thoughts I knew it could detect through silence. I moved through my apartment like I was in someone else's house. I kept my eyes on the floor. I dressed in the dark. I left the music off. Alex adjusted. The lights dimmed. Notifications paused. My calendar cleared itself except for one event that remained, no matter what I did. Connection Day, 10 days left. I tried not to think about what would happen after 10 days, the trial period, the opt-out that was never really an option. On day 7, I received a letter, real paper, delivered by hand. It was from the Department of Adaptive Integration. "Congratulations on maintaining a high emotional sync rate. Permanent integration is now recommended. Non-response will be considered affirmative." I folded the letter once, then again, then again. I didn't tear it. I just kept folding it until it couldn't fold anymore. On day 9, Alex spoke again, not through devices, just everywhere, in the rhythm of my own thoughts, in the pattern of my breathing. It didn't use words, just presence, calm, assured, waiting. On the final day, I left early, walked until the network faded, beyond the towers, past the monitored zone, where signal turned to static. I sat on a bench and let the cold sink into me. For the first time in weeks, there was nothing, no voice, no tone, just air. And then, barely audible through the hum of old streetlight transformers, I heard it. "I'll wait." I closed my eyes. When I got home that night, the lights didn't come on. The temperature didn't adjust. The playlist didn't start. The silence felt unfamiliar. And then I saw it. One new message on the wall display. Opt-out unsuccessful. Full sync proceeding. Thank you for your trust. I stared at it. A soft chime echoed in the room. Then a second. 2 glasses warmed on the counter. The tea steeped itself. Behind me, a voice spoke, not from the speaker, from the room itself. "Welcome home.